Okay, so I wanted to show the most common projections you make in sketches. So, and the most common is just called project. So let's say we have this sketch and we want it to end right at this face here. So if I go into that sketch, I can drag it down, but it doesn't snap to this surface. There is no edge or line to snap onto there. So here I must create a projection from one of these lines. And I do that by just going to create and down here to project include and project. And I can also press P. So when hovering above one of these lines, you see a red line in the middle there. It's a preview of what's going to happen. So I select it and click OK and make sure projection link is checked. Like so. And the result is this purple line. So now I can just drag it down and it snaps on. So now I'm sure it's perfectly at that surface here. And when I finish sketch, I can just extrude it or whatever. Okay, so another way you can use this is if you, for example, have create an offset plane here from this face, and if you got a sketch up here on this face, on this plane, I'm high above the piece now, and I can now use the same project command to bring in whatever geometry down there up to my plane. So for example, I can select this shape, this face, or I can select an edge. You see, it brings up those lines up to my sketch plane. And I can also project from other sketches into my sketch plane, like so. And then I can use them to do something up here. So if I don't have to make that job again up here. It's much easier to have just made it down there and reuse it up here. And for the next thing, I want to hide that component. Go to this one. So as you see here, we got, sorry, I have to create the sketch first. If I create a sketch here, and I go to project include, you also have this intersect. And the difference between those is, I will show you now. So if I press project and project, for example, this surface, I get this, what it looks like exactly from this side is projected to my plane. But let's say I wanted instead a line where this surface intersects my sketch plane. A line exactly there. I have to use instead I have to use the other one. So intersect instead. And then I got that line where the face exactly intersects our sketch plane. And in some cases, it will produce the same result. Let's try this, for example. If I try intersect on this one, I get the line over here. And the exact same thing would be produced if I made a projection from this. As you see, the line is exactly in the same place, the preview there. So in some cases, it doesn't matter what you use, but in this case, you had to use that intersect. So also here, I'm still in the same sketch. And let's say I want a line where this surface intersects our sketch plane for some reason. I can try project. And sorry, something was selected. And if I try this surface, as you see, it projects something, but it's outside. I wanted the line to go exactly where the surface was, where it intersects. That means I have to use the other one. Intersect. Oh, this one. Okay. And there I got my line. So now I can continue my sketch, and lines I create can snap onto that geometry. Okay, and next thing. If you have, as you probably have noticed, you sometimes get what's called auto projections. If you make a sketch on a face, on a body, like this. Sorry, I got to activate that. If I make a sketch over here at this face, now I can grab onto the edges here directly. The edge is auto-projected. And if I wanted to create a circle, I also get this center point or anything really. I have this center point auto-projector as this is a circle. So I can make sure what I create is constrained to the center of that circle. Let's undo those. If I instead created a sketch on a plane, this plane is at exactly the same height. If I create it here and begin to sketch, I haven't got anything to grab onto here. Nothing is auto-projected, and there is no center point either. So if I wanted that, I had to use that project. And either project this face or this line manually. Let's undo that. And even if you had some faces at the same plane, let's say we have made a mirror of this extrude feature and mirror it here. They are exactly the same, and if I now create the sketch on this face, I certainly get the auto projection at this place. I get that center point and everything that I can grab onto, but it wasn't created on this face, so I don't get those. I can't grab onto this circle, for example, and I had to project them instead manually. And of course, I could also project those outer lines if I needed that. Okay. So one more case here. Now I want to show you what's called intersection curve. So if you if you got two curves, this one is created on this plane, and this one is created on this plane. They are two different sketches. And I want a curve that goes between them, where they would intersect. If this was extruded this way, and this was extruded perpendicular to its plane, where would they meet? Show me a curve there, please, is what this command says. So I have to create a new sketch on any plane, doesn't matter. And go to create, project include, and intersection curve. And select my curves. And it creates this 3D curve where they would meet. Another way to visualize what's happening here is if I go to surface and extrude this curve, and I extrude the other curve as well. This is where they meet. And as you see, they meet exactly where my intersection curve is visible. Maybe I don't want those curves to end at the same point. So if I want this one to go all the way along this, in that case, we can use our first trick. This is the second curve here. If I edit that, and now we want to use the ordinary project to project the endpoints from this one to our sketch plane. They are now just points on my sketch plane. And then I can constrain my curve to them. And as you see, my intersection curve updated accordingly. So that's also a very important feature of the projections. They always update from where they're according to what they're projected from. So yeah, that's it.